The state rep from the 108th is with us, Patrick Callahan. Patrick, how you doing?
Good morning, my old friend. Doing well.
You know, I always like to talk to you about, we didn't get the opportunity last time we chatted to talk about our bodies of water. You've been my Aquaman, okay, over the years, even before you were a state rep, Squantz, Candlewood. And things have been going on and developing there, and I know you've worked hard to try and make things better for people so they can enjoy them more and at the same time be safe and preserve what we have. It's not, people think, oh, it's not an easy task to do, and you've dealt with it for decades now.
I have, and up here, Candlewood, four of the towns I represent are on Candlewood: Danbury, New Fairfield, Sherman, and New Milford. So in Candlewood's always been near and dear to me, having served on the Candlewood Lake Authority for 13 years and ran it for 10, where my wife wanted to kill me. I had 3 toddlers at home, going out to meetings till all hours. But it's been, and that's kind of how I got into the state rep thing, Bart. I used to go up to Hartford and testify on behalf of Squantz and Candlewood and Ball Pond. And I said to myself, geez, I think I want to be on the other side of the desk. And here I am. I was testifying in front of the Environment Committee, and now I'm a ranking member with Senator Harding on the Environment Committee. And we're really able to, investigate and pass some good legislation to protect our water bodies like we did with Squantz Pond this past year.
Well, Squantz, this was the first summer of the walk-in ban, right?
It was, and Bart, it went really well. I was up at the park every weekend, worked closely with DEEP, and Kyle, who runs the park up there, is a great guy. And we were all a little skeptical at first because it was a big change, but DEEP did their work last year by informing people what was coming. And I'd say the first couple weekends, and the 4th of July was the big test. And I was up there last weekend for Labor Day, and they're not having any walk-ins. And I've talked to the park patrons that are coming from far and wide to use the beautiful park, and they're thrilled because their level of enjoyment of the lake and safety is much better. The neighbors are much happier because we don't have that overflow of traffic at 4 o'clock in the morning. We didn't get in because now there's a reservation system. You can book it up to 14 days in advance, and you can show up when you want to show up and show a QR code. And it's worked out better than we expected, and it's been a huge hit. And so after 25 years of a mess every weekend in the summer, it's been completely solved.
Well, I'm especially grateful for not seeing the hordes of individuals walking the roadways, and while you're trying to navigate, and hope I don't hit anybody. Oh, please don't veer in front of my car.
You're 100% right. It was based on safety, and I had the same experiences with families walking with young children on Route 39, a 55 mile and 50. People do 55 on it, but it was dangerous, and it became dangerous for the staff at the park because people are swimming. You have drownings. A place that people avoided working, they want to work there because it's under control.
Yeah, and speaking of things being under control, Candlewood water, it's clear. What's up with that, Patrick?
There's a couple things. Years ago when we were on Lake Authority, when I was on Lake Authority, there was a push to put these sterile grass carp in, and they were put in. In my opinion, they put too many in back then, but I was overridden, and they put in thousands of them. And boy, the vegetation disappeared. The Eurasian milfoil, and so I worked closely with DEEP. Went out there, helped them pull some of the carp out so we could get vegetation to pull nutrients out of the lake. The bad thing is we have zebra mussels now that also filter nutrients out. But luckily, we still have a drawdown that can control the zebra mussels in the water. So when you draw it down, it kills them in the littoral zone, which is the area exposed. So the water quality's been good this year. We still have concerns about zebra mussels and hydrilla that's making its way towards Candlewood. Working with DEEP to try and find a way to mitigate that as well. There's still work to be done because we have to. The whole watershed drains into Candlewood, Ball Pond, and Squantz. So people have to be wary of what they're putting on their lawns, what's going down into those catch basins. We are trying to. There's some exclosure areas on Candlewood where they're trying to revegetate, and they are seeing areas of revegetation. So on the off session, Bart, I don't stop. It's a part-time pay with a full-time job.